I'm here in Huntsville, Alabama, Montesano Mountain, at a cabin with my family, and it's about to be golden hour time, and I thought, what a great time to make a YouTube video for y'all. I've been traveling, feeling a little bit tired, but I'm excited to show you what I've done. So the video today I wanted to make is about, this is a great device for creating live songs, but how do we actually play live sets back? And with the new clip functionality on the MPC Live 3, it makes it an incredibly powerful tool for performing your music back. So on my airplane flight, I flew in, so my parents, they live up in Cincinnati. So I went up and I flew into Cincinnati with them. And on that flight, it was about a four-hour flight. I was able to make 3 songs on the MPC Live 3, but those 3 songs, I did them all in just one project. So you get up to 32 VST plugins. And I was crossfading between them. So in the time of 4 hours, that was how many songs I was able to make, which I was proud of, and I posted that on the channel yesterday, so go check that out. And today we were driving down from Cincinnati down to Huntsville, Alabama, and I was riding in the back seat, and that was about a 6-hour journey. And what happened is that I didn't have a plug. Like on the airplane, I had a plug, so I was able to go the whole time. This time, my MPC Live 3, it kept going for about 3.5 hours. So what I'm going to show you today is basically where I'm at and what I achieved today, because I think this is actually the best way to export your songs for performing things back live. So I made one song and I ended up taking a really long time composing it and mixing it down and arranging it, and then actually mixing it really well. And then whenever it was time to make a second song, I was kind of running low on battery. So I basically stacked all the tracks up, but basically now it needs to be stretched out from clip form over into arrangement form. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna export that, how I'm gonna put that into like a big project that I'm loading these tracks into. And this is all a work in progress, but I think with golden hour coming here, I think we're at a good time of day where I can just perform these two. Basically, we'll finish up the process with the second song and we'll go through loading it in together, and we'll perform those 2 songs back. And ultimately over time, I want to build something that's much larger with, say, 16 songs. And always, I make like a song a day, so I always want to be thoughtful about making things that go together for performing live, because Seattle has a lot of great venues and I love performing electronic music live. So please like and subscribe if you appreciate what I'm doing. If you want to do a class with me, learn about your MPC Live 3, feel free to reach out to me. If you need a DJ here in Seattle, Washington, I got you for sure. All right, let's hop into this. Let's just delve into it. We have this set here. I'm trying to think about the proper way to show you. Let's just talk about it. So this one's called Louisville, because this was made around Louisville. Uh-oh, there's a buggy on my screen. A lot more bugs down here in Alabama than there are in Seattle. Let's load the project now. There's a lot of effects and things on this project. It took me a really long time to make it, so we're just gonna go over it really quick. Might not have even needed to do this. But yeah, so let's go over here into the clip mode. And you notice, whoa, Corey, you have a lot going on, but we have 8 different tracks. We have our drums, our bass, our lead, our pluck 1, pluck 2, synth, piano. And then we have all these clips, or 16 different ones. And what I used was number 13, which can mute and unmute tracks. Oh, that's for the drums. And number 11 is to mute the tracks. So basically the way that people used to use song mode and put sequence together, that's what I did with that here. And then when we go to the arranger, then you send it to the arranger. But one thing I have to mention is that you have to go in here and take a snapshot of the mutes and unmutes. And also whenever you're recording it into the arranger, this is confusing for me. I knew it was about 88 bars of the complete song I wanted. You have to expand it out. You also have to turn the automation on to red, so it records those track mutes and unmutes. And then there's this all tracks to arrange. You have to undo that. Free here. So let's go to new project. And then I also should probably turn my MPC up a little bit. I'm not doing any vocals today. I've been doing that. It's been messing me up, and I'm doing enough. I didn't want to be overwhelmed. But this would be a great thing to do to pair with vocals. So here in the Ohio to Bama setup, um, let's go in. Let me show you the setup. So on the left side, we have melody A, chords A. Oh, go all the way over. Drum A, bass A, melody A, chord A, and then on the second one, drum B, bass B, melody B, chorus B. And for those of y'all who are familiar with the Akai Force, you notice all these are A and all these are B. So what you do is in the mixer, if you go over to pan and volume, you can send everything to A and B. And if we change this over here to the crossfader, it basically means everything on the A side will be played, and then everything on the B side will be played when you scroll over. So that's a pretty classic DJ move. And I'm taking all of those 8 tracks and I'm condensing them down to the sub tracks. Well, now they're on 4. So let's just play it and it'll just give you an example of what I'm talking about. So let's go back here. So now the whole song that was the arrangement is all just playing in one clip as of right now, and I have it time locked because you can change the tempo of each row of clips that you're doing. So let's just play it and let's just listen. Okay, maybe nothing's playing for me. Let me see. This is why I probably should have. Okay, so something's coming out of there. Let's go. Is my mic on? Sorry, this is going to probably crackle a little bit. Okay, my mic is on. Let's go to the mixer. The ins and the outs. Yep. Yeah, I did this. They're all set up to. This is the one that I actually did to USB. So let's send it back out to 1 and 2. I confused myself. This stuff can get pretty confusing when you're doing a lot of outs. So let's go back to the clip view and let's check it out. Sorry, that was really loud. So that right there is just it's just the beginning of the song, which everything is coming out of the chords. So I did this way. So you can see those changes in the song, which I like, and I like playing those live, but I think if I go ahead and mix it this way, I could technically load them all into one drum track, but when you load things as a drum track, they then kind of become MIDI. But with the clips, you have a lot of optionality of breaking them down and chopping up your stuff. So I'm like, I can take this whole song, and this song is on this row, but then I can technically, if you do the insert and capture, then I can technically expand that out in between that song. But we're not going to get into that. At least as of right now, what I'm trying to set up is one song going into another song. And the great thing is that since it's only 4 tracks, we can put effects on those 4 tracks. It's essentially like stems. Okay, so my goal is that over here, I'm going to give myself space of 1 row empty. What we're going to do is, let's actually go here. So I know that based off the top of my head, and I should have done this earlier here in the settings, as opposed to having it be named 1, let's say 104, and the key was C major. And if you want to pick good keys, just pick the Camelot wheel and just go based off of that. And then this one, I'm probably gonna spell it wrong. Louisville. Okay, if that's right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna say do it and see set tempo for this specific one. We have it set to 104. So we're gonna go here. And I know that this song that I'm about to upload, and you want to change these tempos before you load them in, because a lot of weird warping things can happen, and this is probably going to happen as I do this for this next thing that I bring in. So let's go ahead and let's say, I know this is going to be in 107. I all made this so it's all memorable for me, but this is why you want to do it as fast as you can. And I'm actually doing it before I load it in. There's so many more bugs here in Alabama. It's okay. It's way more sunny and beautiful weather here too. Okay, so Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, and this one was called Nashville because Nashville was coming up, and we're gonna say do it. Okay, set tempo, and we know that that one's gonna be 107. So now we notice it has that little tempo marker. It's probably really hard for you to see, but over there in the right corner, there's a tempo marker. So here's what we need to do before we load all of these things in. And we're going to load them over here on this side. What I feel like is having, so you have up to 16 audio tracks per track. So you technically could just load the stems of, if you had an 8-track song, you could load all of the stems in. But then if you had 2 songs that way, you want to have space for your, vocals if you wanted to sing, which could be on the 9th track. So that's something I'm going to do in the future. But let's go in and let's go look at this song Nashville. So let's go in, new project. We want to save that because I did some good stuff. Generally, you always want to be saving your projects. Rule of the universe. I'm going to hard limit. I'm trying to keep this to 20-minute video, at least this portion of the video. So we go here, 107 GM Nashville. You always want to have your tempo. You always want to have your key. And you want to have its the name of the song that at least you can remember it. And if it's gobbledygook, that's fine as long as you remember it. So we're going to load this up. I didn't put as mastering, as much mixing into this track because my beat was about to die. And I want to make you this video tonight, so I might go back and mix it some more later. So this is a very similar thing. When we go over here, we notice that I have 8 different tracks, and I have all of the mute tracks on, and I built, basically duplicated things out that way. But this is actually a good moment because everything died before I was able to do it in the arranger. So you see I have the arranger set up to 88 like the last one. But what I do need to do is, if you go here to this, let me make sure I'm right. It'll show me if I'm right or I'm wrong. I think it's actually, let's see. Yeah, so it's this one here, number 8. It's going to be the clip rows launch whenever I click them, 1 through 16. So what I need to do now, I want to get this clip, these that I did, I want to put them in all into one arrangement so then I can export them easily. So let's just do that really fast. It's going to be kind of boring. I wish that there was a faster way to do this, but this is going to be fast. I could technically turn the tempo up, but whatever. So we're going to do this now. So what we need to do is go over here into the arranger again. We need to turn the automation on because muting and unmuting in this song is happening all via automation. So we need to say record to arrange, and then we need to press record, and then we need to click on this first one, and then we'll go through the whole song. All right. This sounds a lot like Nashville. I think I can turn it up a little bit. Okay, let's stop it. Before we do anything, turn that automation off. It's a real bummer when you start automating things you don't want to do. Let's turn that loop. Let's turn it all the way down. Um, get the bars down. Looks like 74. Okay, so now let's go here, press play. Wait, that's not the beginning of the song. I'm so incredibly angry. Don't be scared. Press that button there. Cool. So now, all of that automation that we did on the clips, it recorded into the arranger. So, I'm going to try to keep this. I promise y'all I'm trying to make the best of y'all's time. Thank you so much for sticking around this far. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go back into the mixer like I did with the other track. Here on the ins and the outs, we're gonna send the hip hop, the drums. We're gonna send that to sub. Well, we want sub 1. We're gonna send our bass. We're gonna send that to sub 2. All of the things that I consider melodies and plucks. Look, I was rushing, so I didn't name them, but I know I have a lead and then I have pluck A, pluck B like the other one. You start to act kind of crazy when your battery is about to die. But I know these are all on sub 3, and then the rest of them are chords. Now, if I had vocals in here, I might combine the melodies and the chords and then just have vocals. That's kind of like if you're breaking down stems on a DJ software, that's how they would do it for you. But because we have this, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so, all right, great. So we're at that point, and we've sent those to those subs. This was confusing me in the car. It took me a while to figure out. So now what we need to do is we need to go over here to save. You want to go to audio mixdown, which this is pretty normal for me. I'm pretty used to that. And in the audio mixdown, what we're going to do, let me see. I had this on top of here because it's way too bright. Yeah, let's put that back. I thought that it might have been making things worse, but I think it's actually making things a lot better. So let's put that back. So over here, when you're doing the output, I like to do it up to 34. And what we're going to do is for the stereo output, we just click on sub mix. So we're going to do this 4 times, but that's actually faster than if you were to click the separate tracks and do it 8 times. This is actually simplifying everything. So we're going to do sub mix 1, and we're going to just name it, we're going to name it drums stem. Okay, cool. So that we do that, press save. Just going to take a second to load. But because it's just one audio track for the song, I'm hoping, and please comment below if you have a more efficient way to do this or you see problems with what I'm doing. I love that productive criticism. That really helps me a lot. Helps make me better and helps me grow and learn. And, you know, as I'm making this video, I could have just mapped this out, but I thought, you know, doing this video in real time. If I have any problems, we can talk through it. If it's bad enough, I just won't post it. But I just wanted to give you the real experience because this is something I always look it up online I can't find. Okay, so what we could do just to test this, let's go over to the browser and we can go to MPC data and see this was the last one loaded. This is actually a mistake because I know it's not going to play right away because the drums don't come into later. And that's okay. So what we're going to do, let's just go ahead and do this. I have trust that this is going to work. So audio mix down. Now we're going to do submix number 2 because everything's nice and efficient here. Let's just delete a couple of these letters and let's just say bass. Okay, do it. And we're going to save that. So this is the bass stem. We're going to save it. And we're just going to test it when we're in the new project. I have faith that this is going to work. Fingers crossed. If not, I'm not going to upload the video. But yeah, as we wait and we sit here, you know, when you're learning and growing to make music, there's a lot of space to feel like a failure and feel like you're not doing a good job. But that's a lot of the growth. I had a roommate who was a pianist, and I was talking to him a lot about making electronic music. And he was talking about with piano, when he wasn't able to do something, eventually he would just have to go to sleep. Sometimes he's got to go to sleep. You got to dream on it. So this is something I've been dreaming on for a long time. Okay, so we got that one done. Let's try to be efficient as possible. Audio mix down. we're going to do submix number 3. So we're going to click on that. We're going to say melodies. Okay. Do it. Save it. All right. Yeah. And, reach out to me if you want any support with this. Because I know for me, the worst thing is when I go in a certain direction or I think a device can do something, and then that device ends up not being able to do that thing. That can be really frustrating. So that's my goal here, is just to guide y'all in the right direction, and just give y'all some support, just give y'all some support as you go. Don't be scared, yeah, there's always a balance. If you want to be as efficient as you possibly can, but also you want to take creative risk and you learn from failure. So we do audio mix down, and now we go to submix number 4. It'd be great if there was just one button, then you could just do this all at once, but this works fine too. So we say export, and this one we're going to need to call chords. So when we're doing this, this really shows the importance and the value of naming things properly. And even when you are naming things properly, there are these moments when we just mess up. So this case has worked pretty good for me, but it's also doesn't seem perfect. And I know golden hour is coming here soon. Let's try it one more time as we're waiting. Oh yeah, totally still can't see it because of the tree above. I'm just trying to get it to be the best it can be. I think that's the best we're going to do. Okay, so now we want to save this project, save the project as it is, do what we did. Now we want to go over to, let's click new project. And then that's probably not the most efficient way to do it, but it always, my most recent project just shows up here. So we're going to go to Ohio to Bama set. Only made 2 songs in the set. That's okay. So now, let me go, because I just made this song. This might have changed. But if you click here, I have the default length of the bars already set up to 88. If I remember correctly, in the last set, it was 74 bars. Maybe putting the amount of bars in the names of my songs would be a good idea too. That's something I've ran across as I've started doing these things. So you could create the clip here, or you can create the clip from right here, right? But basically we want to go into the sample. No, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the file folder here. We're going to go to places. So these are the most recent things that happened. The chords, one of them I started playing right away. Yeah. So we did the melody, so that's going to play right away. So we know that that's working. So that means there shouldn't be a bug in it or anything. But for the first song, oh, and I almost already screwed up. We want to go over here to drums B. Delete that. Delete that. Go to drums B, because we're in the second song. So then we click on here, and then let's go here, and we're going to go to edit clip. We're going to browse the samples, and we're going to go to streaming. And these are the ones that I just loaded. Nope, that's not true. That's not true. I did that wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the file folder, and we're just going to say load. And if we're clicked on the right clip, let's go in here and edit the clip. See, it loaded in there. We can physically see it. Now, one thing I do have to be careful about has to be, let's go to the sample edit. So if you notice, it says that the beats per minute is 107, which isn't right. So when we go here, where did I find this? Because there should be a way. Let's not worry about that right now. Because this is what I struggled with the last song, is that it warped a lot of my things. Let's click on it and let's say edit. No, that's not it. Let's just start loading more things in. Was it in here? No, not here. Was it in here? Let's try here. Yeah, there was, oh, here's where it is. See, it says warp. Just turn that off. I already know what the typo is. I don't want to warp my sample. And you got to make sure that this is 107 before, or else it'll get all wonky. So we create a new clip here. Go over here to the file folder. We're going to click the bass. We're going to say load. Let's go into there. Let's press play, edit clip, like I did before. I think you gotta exit out of here and click on it. Turn that warp off again. We don't need that warp. We already know how much it is. Guys, this is really cool. We're almost there. There's gonna be one more bottleneck that I haven't figured out yet, but I'm really excited. Okay, so go here again, create a clip here, and then we go back to the menu, and this is melodies. So then we load that in, double click on it, edit it, go here, click on it, turn that warp off because we don't need it. I'm sure there's a way that I could probably turn automatic warping off. I'll figure that out later when I'm not making a video for you. Okay, so let's go back here, go here, click on chords, say load. This is a pretty efficient, it's honestly a pretty efficient process. I say it's like kind of crazy though. And all y'all who are getting the MPC sample out of y'all, I'm super jealous of y'all. I have total FOMO. I've been looking for things that the MPC Live 3 can do that one can't, and it's still mobile. I'm across the country from where I live, and I'm able to create full live sets with it. If you're able to do that with a Kai sample, please make a video about it and show me, and just put me to shame. Okay, so now let's just press play, and let's make sure that all of these parts are coming together. Okay, so I think all of the parts I noticed came in. So I want to perform this for you, and we're about to get to 30 minutes on the video. So let's try to run through this. Here's one last bottleneck that we have. So we all know these are already on B, and the first song is on A. Is that what we need to do is we need to go, essentially we need to go over here, and we need to change, there's like a mode that changes it from, I think it's called legato mode. So let's try to figure it. Let's see, is it here? No, I think it's, let's see, settings, follow actions, go to first row, stop. So you could have the whole song loaded where you don't even have to do anything with the clips. Let's actually click on this and go to settings. And there's launch settings. Yeah, let's press legato. We're going to do legato on everything on the first song. You would have to do it for all your songs. Because I think once I start playing the next song, it won't automatically stop that first clip. So they'll play on top of each other, but because we have our crossfader here, it's going to work good. Okay, so then we go to settings, say legato, close, settings. Oh my gosh. Settings and legato. Before we get into it, we could just try it out. See, that didn't work. Maybe I need to turn, let's go to the settings. Let's turn the legato off. Launch mode, trigger, toggle. Okay, so let's just try it with this one. And if this doesn't work, this whole video, I'm gonna have to have a workaround, which is actually pretty easy, and I think I got it figured out. But let's try this. So let's try it, and then let's click over. Okay, so here's the workaround. I thought that would work, but I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna turn the legato off. I misunderstood what that meant, but that's okay. I'm learning live. I knew that some embarrassing stuff might happen as I made this video for y'all. So let's turn the legato off. All that we need to do is we need to copy and then paste here. So copy and then paste here, and you'll see why. Then we'll do copy and then paste. Then copy and then paste. So what we can do is, so even though that's playing, you can't hear it. Let's go to row 1 and play it. So now we go over to row 2. So you're able to fade between songs that way. Now that's not ideal because it's not exactly where the song is at, the starting point, but that's okay. I can work with that. I want to perform for y'all. I also don't have super complex settings set up yet, but I thought the 4x4 setup would be really great. I'm going to build out effects and make a video about that as soon as I can. But as far as right now, I just have, it's on the USB. We need to turn that off. Let's actually turn it to track. No, let's turn it to outputs. And we'll do output 1 and 2, which everything is. So now I can do some XY effects as I perform for you. So I'm going to perform for you, and then I'm going to be like, please like and subscribe because this video is getting a little bit long, and I don't want to run out of memory and make you stay too long. But I want to show you what I did. So let's just go for this thing. Okay. So I'm going to go here, and we need to go back to A because we're on A. And what's really great is when we go here and have it be the... Well, that's actually not as important. I would say if you go here, this is really great because these are the 8 tracks. That's the track I had for the video I did earlier. So if you want to bring like the drums out, you can do it that way. And then you can see how far the song is progressing, you know, as it goes. So if you're scared, don't be scared. And then we can change it. We can change it over the touch effects. That's dangerous if your whole set's built around the crossfader. There's really no rush because it's going to start over on the next one. We just fade on right over, nice and smoothly. And you guys already heard that one, so I don't have to play the whole thing, but you get the point of concept. And I've now done that with 2 songs, so let's go ahead and save it. But I think, especially if it's just on 8 tracks, and then on my next track, I can do the audio. My wonder is, if the effects that I can do on the automation of my vocals. But we'll get into that further. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, and I think there's ways of doing it. Like if you were to do just VSTs and do all of this in one track, it actually would end up being a pretty convoluted process. But this right here, I think will look um, it'll look pretty nice. And there's nothing holding me back from duplicating these and then creating more complex ways to play with the song. Like I like this setup because cool, you made the whole song. I'm breaking it down in the most simple form, the way that DJ softwares break down their stems to DJ, which is really fun. And then the whole song is laid out and is composed and arranged. But with this clip format, there's nothing taking you from chopping up your clips within it and creating basically whenever I stacked all the clips on top of each other, there's nothing holding me back from doing that within this setup here. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I appreciate it. Another video on the MPC Live 3, and there was some complications and some things can get confusing, but we're doing this all together and we're learning together and we're growing. So thank you so much for staying tuned to this part of the video, and please like and subscribe if you appreciate what I'm doing, and stay tuned because I'm gonna have way more videos like this. And yeah, please just reach out to me if you want to do a class with me. If you need a DJ in Seattle, I totally got you. If you need a live performer, I got you as well. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all.